The audio was broken on this footage, so I had to improvise. Hopefully you still enjoy this automobile review.
So what have we got today? The Zafira C. I guess it's not the worst 7-seater ever made, but in my opinion it's one of the worst. If you're entitled to your opinion, I'm entitled to mine. Anyway, on the plus side, there's less chance of dying in a horrible fireball than you did with the old model.
Oh, hell no!
Now, I've been assured that the C doesn't have this problem, so I think we're all good. Just about every iteration of the Zafira hasn't exactly been pretty, if you want me to put it that way. The Zafira also seems to have this problem with every version, that they don't age too well. Though I've got to admit, this one's not looking as bad as its predecessor. Okay, so I think we've established it's not going to win any beauty contests. How about practicality? As a 5-seat estate, maybe. As a 7-seater, I don't think so. This is another one of those 7-seaters where if you want to be in the back row, you better be under 4 foot tall. And you better be skinny for that too. I actually found it physically impossible to get this seat back into its furthermost position. Does it make up for this by driving well? Put it this way. Driving the Zafira is a bit like being slapped in the face by a dolphin. It should be one of those things you never have to experience in your life, but hey, sometimes it happens, right? You could argue that was a bit random. Yeah, it was. Alright, why does this door card have a weird triangle bit in it? What's that all about? No idea. Not like it does anything. Also, it doesn't match the chrome on the door handle. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. On the plus side, the leather with the stitching is nice. The door pocket, however, can't fit much in there. Wow, look at these! Half leather and half electric. Ooh. Yeah, I might have been laying it on a bit thick, but I was still impressed with this interior. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Auto headlights are a welcome addition, along with this little storage pocket. Yeah, it'll do. What a surprise. The clocks are very similar to the Insignia and the Atom that we looked at recently. I mean, it's not uncommon for car manufacturers to reuse their dials, and it's not like they're all that bad either. The dash is robust, not even the slightest bit of rattling. Yeah, sure. Car companies and their vent design, sometimes it's enough to give me twitchy eye. At least the generic Vauxhall steering wheel is good. Leather coated, little bit of chrome, just the right amount of buttons. Perfect. Alright, now my twitchy eye's back. What is this, 2007? Tiny little screen and a ridiculous amount of buttons. On the plus side, at least the climate control is simplistic. Large, useless, empty space. 6-speed manual, nothing special. Parking brake and a bunch of buttons you'll probably only use once during your ownership. Now we're onto something interesting. I've noticed some unusual storage systems on Euro MPVs of late. And this is no exception. It's got lots of different pockets and storage systems and whatever, and although it's a great use of space, here's the problem. You can only use one of these things at a time. No! Passenger side of the dash slopes at a really odd angle and has a phone storage compartment in it. I don't imagine that was deliberate. So let's see what the glove box has to offer. This is just like the Atom. The glove box is 2 sizes too small. The front wasn't amazing. How does the back look? Well, the door cards don't match in the slightest. What's going on here? Did you forget the leather stitching or something? Why do these not match? Well, at least the seats match. They got that bit right. All 3 seats fold individual, making it a 33% split. I've been noticing that's been getting much more common of late with Euro MPVs. Unlike a lot of French offerings, we don't get tables, but we do get pockets, a 12-volt socket, and very similar to the 2019 Scenic, we get a drawer system in the back. And I have to give credit where credit is due. This little storage pocket at the top didn't have to be there, and it does work. It all looks good and fantastic until I roll up. Oh no! It's alright, everything's okay. It was just a severe twitchy eye attack. I'm good. I'm okay. I just have to remember not to look at that piece of the center console. Ever. As I said before, luggage capacity is great if you don't classify this thing as a 7-seater. If you just run it as a 5, then it's a really good estate. But here's the problem. Try putting the 7 seats up. You get the tonneau cover, but you have to remove the tonneau cover before the seats will go up. Otherwise, they just knock off it. How's this for wonderful design? I mean... So let's remove the tonneau cover and chuck it to one side as it's completely useless. Now we should find it much easier to get those seats into the upright position. Though don't ask me why you would want to, considering I have discussed earlier that they offer no legroom whatsoever. At least the seats are easy to put up and down, as you can see here. On the plus side, you get more luggage space than I was expecting, considering I was expecting 0. Look, the back row gets cup holders! You can use the drinks to put out the flames, am I right? Alright, I'll admit that was in poor taste. Moving on. Engine options, you can't complain too much, unless you wanted a hybrid. There's the 1.4 turbo petrol, there's the 1.8 variable valve timed, then there's a 1.6 and 2 litre turbo diesel. I would imagine the 2 diesel options would be the more popular in the UK, but don't quote me on that. In summary, I've had to come to the conclusion that the reason these things are popular is not because they're good, it's because they're cheap. If you either don't have the money or you're so skinflint that your wallet would probably kill a small child if it fell out your pocket, then I guess the Zafira would probably be on your shopping list. For anyone else, I just don't advise it. There are way better 7-seaters out there, both in the Euro market and in the Japanese import market. There's no need to settle for this level of mediocrity, unless you have to. And that's the end of another glorious video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Bear in mind, these are my own opinions on the matter. If you own one of these and don't share my opinion, and you love your Zafira, that is fine by me. I'm all good with that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I have got more content like this, so check it out. Only 2 videos at present with this new style, but I think it's working, so I'm going to keep doing it. Anyway, until next time, look after yourselves.